Brothers and sisters, hi. I'm John Shaw. I'm the Stake Clerk and the Stake Technology Specialist here in the Liberty, Missouri Stake. And under the direction of our Stake Presidency, they have asked that we find a way in the Stake to be able to play some of the online media that is very popular in the church these days, that is being produced for the benefit of gospel instruction and for leadership training. As we went about the process, we discovered through trial and error that putting in wireless, which we did in 2010 throughout most of the meeting houses, and internet connectivity, it just did not provide the type of experience that we need in order to show these videos online. When internet technology is introduced into a meeting house, that bandwidth is just not large enough to support streaming of video from the internet into the meeting houses. It's like going from an eight-lane freeway down into a dirt road that's only passable by horse and buggy, and then back out to the big internet. So the gap is not really inside the meeting houses for displaying the video content. It's actually when it goes out to the internet. So we tried to find a way that we could bring that content into the meeting houses rather than have to go out of the meeting houses to the internet to get the content. Well, one of the great things about the Kansas City temple being built is we were able to speak with and talk to many of the audio-video specialists for the church. The church is also looking into this issue and working closely with them. While we haven't necessarily put into place in the stake what they are going to put into place, but it's coming in the future, and what we've done is provided maybe just a gap measure to allow us to get into the youth curriculum and do some training using these online videos, but not have to rely on the internet connection. So the way we've done that is upgrading all the clerk computers to Windows 7 and putting on a media streaming server on those clerk computers. About 70 gig worth of videos have been downloaded and put onto the clerk computers, and a process that continually updates that content is also in place. So you can always be assured that the latest videos that the church has done or online media is going to be on the clerk computer and available to you in the meeting house. If there are some videos that you would like to see that aren't on there, certainly an email out to me would be appropriate, and we can get those videos on there. One thing to note about the online videos is that the church, there are many of those pieces online that just are not downloadable and not distributable. And that has to do with some kind of intellectual property that is beyond kind of the scope of what we're talking about today. But what I wanted to show you was a combination of the Plex app media server running on the clerk computers and Roku devices and personal smartphone devices. So again, the clerk computer has been installed with these videos. On the clerk computer, there's a program running called Plex. What that Plex server does, it lives and breathes, and the only thing it wants to do is provide you video, music, and picture streaming from the clerk computer within the meeting house. It's like having Netflix, if you're familiar with Netflix. It's like having the Netflix server running right inside your meeting house and the video content coming from the clerk computer. Let me demonstrate just how quickly and easily the Plex computer, or the Plex app, can be accessed. I have a smartphone. This is an Android. Of course, an iPhone works as well. I've installed an app called Plex from the Google Play Store. It's a $5 app. If you're running the Android operating systems, there are several other apps that are free that I can show you here. But I'm just going to come a little closer, and you can see by running this Plex program, right access, it goes right into the meeting house clerk computer and finds the different video content libraries. I'm going to go ahead and click on the video library, and if I scroll down to by collection, I'm going to see all the different videos that are downloaded on there. Just to point out a couple The I'm a Mormon campaign have been downloaded. The leadership training resource library has been downloaded. Messages for children, the Mormon messages that come out, Mormon messages for youth. I'll just click on Mormon messages for youth, and you can see just how quickly and easily I can get to one of these videos. Now on the Android platform, I did tell you that there were several others. Skifta is one of my favorites. This information will be coming out to you. Skifta also has the ability to go out and just find there's the Plex media server, and I can go ahead and browse the content under the video library. And again, by collection is the one that you want to go to. If I can find it here. And I'm going to go to the Mormon messages. And once again, it's just pulled up the Mormon messages for me. And easy like that, I'm displaying those messages from my phone. Or I also have an iPad for those of you who wish to spend too much money on technology. Running the Plex there as well. I can select the video library. I can come a little closer here. On the tablets, you're going to have a little bit of a different display. And I can go into the library again, filter by collection. There's my Mormon messages for youth. Enemy territory. That was, I believe, Elder Packer.
Stage is a chair with a small radio.
All right, so quick and easy. As soon as you open up that application, it's going to go out to the network. It's going to discover the server automatically and provide you at least a large view of the content that's available out there. So you might have seen, in addition to being able to use your own personal devices, there's no special license that you need. You just have to purchase the Plex app, which is a $5 app, or you can find one that's free that supports DLNA, and we'll compile a list of these so that members can go out there and use those apps. So the last thing I wanted to show you was a Roku device. This device is a supported device by the church. It's a tiny little media streaming device that will hook up to either through HDMI to a nice LCD television like we have in the new Stake Center. But the beauty of that device is that it will also hook up to the older CRT televisions that we have in most of the meeting houses in the stake. So whether you have a nice new TV or a really old TV, you're going to be able to view these videos. And for those of you who choose not to have the technology, the smartphone or iPad or tablet computer, you can check out from the library a TV that has these devices connected to it. So I'm just going to demonstrate a little bit of this Roku device. The Roku also has what is known as apps, just like the App Store from Apple, the Google Play Store for the Android platform. Roku also has some apps. So each of these devices is assigned to an account that the stake manages. That account has 3 apps running on it: Plex, the Mormon Channel, and BYU TV. The Mormon Channel and BYU TV, just to remind you, those are going to stream over the internet, so they're going to be susceptible within the meeting houses to the internet bandwidth constraints that we have. The Plex app is the one that's going to go across the Wi-Fi inside the meeting house and talk to the clerk computer. And just by navigating these menus, again, we can show you. And I think I'm going to come back here behind the camera and just zoom in on the TV so that we can see it happening. So it's not very clear, but let me just show you. That's the video library. This is the seminary videos. So if you're in seminary, you can use this for your solutions as well. There's some music. The seminary music has been put on these. These are the 4 years of seminary music. So music can be played.
Within my heart, a quiet voice whispers.
There's some Mormon Tabernacle Choir music. Mostly this has been downloaded from General Conference.
A choice to make.
So I'm just going to go to the video section now. Again, you can see this is kind of a list of everything, but I'll show you 2 things. We go down to by collection. What I'm showing here is
It is now my privilege
CES
to introduce tonight's
devotional.
speaker.
If any of you are familiar with using a technology like the Roku or the Amazon Prime Media video streaming or Netflix, these menus should be pretty familiar. But again, each of the different downloadable categories is here. Feature film has some things on it. How Rare a Possession, Johnny Lingo, Joseph Smith, Prophet of the Restoration. Some of the phone call, if you remember that one about setting up a date from way back in the 70s. Just as the church has made these available, we'll download them and put them on the server. The home front videos that are, all the different commercials that the church has put out in the last few years. But then I just wanted to show you also the ability that we have to search the content. So if you don't remember where it is, but you know the name of it, I'll just search for one. Let's search for the word charity and see what comes up. So charity, an example of the believers. Charity, the pure love of Christ. How about chastity? What are the limits? If you've seen this one, this is a message for youth. That is kind of a nice little a drawing video that the church has put out.
Teenagers sometimes wonder. They always tell us we shouldn't become sexually involved, but they never tell us the limits. What are...
So you can see how quick and easy that is to get up and running. There's also some images and pictures. This is from the seminary teaching area again, but again, you can show some of the media as well. Just grab it on your phone if you want to show some of the gospel picture art. The church actually has recently stopped publishing the printed art and will be relying on digital for the future. Just one last, if the Roku device itself is not necessarily responding, you can come into the settings on the Roku device, click on the network, and you can connect. One of the Rokus will have a wired connection, so you can hook it up right to the wall, but most of them will be on wireless. It should already have the LDS access information and password in it, but if you need to come and associate it, you can come and connect it. I'll just walk you through. It'll go out and it'll connect to the local network first, and then connect to the internet, and it'll show you as it walks through and builds that connection. Now, I did say that the Roku is an official device that is supported by the church. The Mormon channel, just one more thing to show you from the Mormon channel. And again, remember, this is streaming from the internet, so it's not going to be as consistent as going from the Plex. But the church does do some live broadcasts from the Mormon channel. So when General Conference comes around, or the First Presidency fireside, Christmas fireside, so General Conference is right here. You can review them, but they'll also have a session for the live session. So you could hook up your Roku device to the projector in the Meetinghouse and use the Roku to stream General Conference as it comes in, rather than having to hook up the projector or the VCR and go off the satellite. So for those of you who don't have a satellite in Kearney, you could use this to watch conference or any of those other broadcasts from the church inside the Meetinghouse. Brothers and sisters, this has been quite a big effort for the stake, and I hope that through the use of media, that our teaching will be improved, that we can follow the counsel of our leaders and engage with the youth and engage our adults, providing them a variety of teaching methods and methodologies that will help inspire them and bring the Spirit into their homes. If you have questions about how this is working, each of the units will be calling a technology specialist, either a branch or a ward technology specialist, that one of their jobs will be to understand how the Roku works and how the internal network works, and we'll be able to help you with the audio video inside the meeting houses.